Students, today we will study about the conformational isomerism of some selected organic compounds. So let us first understand what is conformational isomerism. This is actually a type of isomerism which involves rotation about the sigma bonds. It is a form of stereoisomerism where interconversions of isomers are possible by rotation about the single bond. The two conformers of exact same molecule that differ only in the rotation of one or more sigma bonds are termed as conformational isomers. So let us see about the conformational isomerism in ethane. We will analyze the conformation of ethane molecule, which is a very familiar and mostly studied molecule. As we know, when ethane molecule rotates about the carbon-carbon single bond, there are two extreme conformations which can result, that is staggered conformation and eclipsed conformation. So in order to visualize the conformations, the Newman projection is used. Here we should look to the molecule lengthwise across the carbon-carbon bond in ethane. So instead of viewing from the front, we can view it across the molecule. So front atom can be depicted as a dot and the back atom as a larger circle. So with Newman projection, there are various conformations of ethane can be drawn. We will study basically two conformations. So when one of the methyl group is allowed to rotate around 60 degrees clockwise by keeping rest of the molecule undisturbed, 6 possible conformations can be obtained, of which 3 are staggered and other 3 are eclipsed forms. The staggered conformation is the lowest energy conformation. In this, all the carbon-hydrogen bonds on the front carbon are at 60 degrees to the carbon-carbon bonds on the back carbon. The distance between the bonds is maximum and this makes it more stable structure. On the other hand, the eclipsed conformation is the highest energy conformation because in this all the carbon hydrogen bonds on the front carbon are at 0 degrees to the carbon carbon bonds on the back carbon. So the distance between the bonds is minimum and this makes it less stable structure. The potential energy of the eclipse conformations is approximately 12 kilocalories per mole. And when we see about the potential energy versus the bond rotation in this molecule, we can see that the eclipsed conformation, which is in the beginning when the carbon hydrogen bonds on the first and the back carbon are at 0 degrees. After rotating about 60 degrees, the eclipsed conformation converts into the staggered conformations. Next 60 degrees rotation get the eclipsed conformation, and that is how the conformations are changing. So this is how when the molecule, the carbon hydrogen bond is rotated every 60 degrees till 360 degrees, we get around 6 conformations, 3 staggered and 3 eclipsed, and also the eclipsed conformations having the higher energy, that means they are less stable, and the staggered conformations are having the less energy, that is the ground state, that is the difference in energy is 3 kilocalories. So these are the important questions which can be asked on this, which like conformational isomerism can be asked in N-butane, it can be asked in simple ethane molecule itself, and sometimes there can be a question on explaining the conformational isomerism in ethane as well as N-butane. So in this case we have to explain the total conformations possible in the both of these molecules when the carbon-carbon bond is rotated every time around 60 degrees. And we can also explain the names of the conformations, and finally we can compare the stability of these six different forms when they are twisted with every time at 60 degrees. We also understood that in both ethane and butane there is the staggered and the eclipsed conformation. Eclipsed conformation is the least stable and the staggered conformation is the most stable conformation. Similarly, the most important question which can be asked is on the conformational isomerism in cyclohexane, where we can explain all the four forms of cyclohexane which is possible. The main two forms are the chair form and the boat form, and the other two forms like the half chair form and the twisted boat form. So out of that, the boat form is the most stable, then the next one is the twisted boat form, then is the chair form, and finally is the boat form. There are certain another questions which are of multiple choice question type, like when we understand the conformations of the different organic molecules, which type of projection we can use. So that is like Newman projection or Fisher projection. So that is also a very important and very simple question. Then during each conformational isomerism which we study, we should know about the number of conformations possible for each of these, like in ethane or in butane and as well as in the cyclohexane. We have seen in case of ethane, we have got 6 different conformations. In case of ethane, we got 6 different conformations, that is 3 eclipsed and 3 staggered conformation. In case of butane, also we got the 6 conformations, of which 3 eclipsed and 3 staggered conformations. And also in case of staggered conformations, we got the most stable one, and in eclipse conformations also we got one Gauche conformation in which the two methyl groups are close to each other. Then in case of cyclohexane also, a number of conformations we should know how many are there. That is total 4 conformations, and that we have already studied. That is the boat form and the chair form and the twisted boat form and also the half chair form. So these are the different types of questions which can be asked in this particular topic. So that's how we may have to prepare properly, and thus these are the various references which are used to prepare this particular material, and you can anytime refer. These books are available online as well as the hard copies are also available in renowned libraries. So I hope you understood. Thank you very much.